points from Bethesda Chevy Chase. Sidwell Friends. And Washington Latin Public Charter School meet today on It's Academic. Hello, everyone. I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to the opening round. You know how it works. Each team begins with 100 points. 10 up for a right answer, 10 down for a wrong answer. Contestants in the studio don't see what you do on the screens at home. Let's begin. April is the first full month of spring and also the month in which a number of important historical events took place. Please identify the following events, all of which took place in April. 1986, there was a major accident at this Soviet nuclear plant. Latin.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl is right. 563 BC, Siddhartha Gautama, a religious leader known by this name. Washington Latin.
Buddha.
Buddha is right. 1865, Union forces occupied this longest-serving capital of the Confederacy. BCC. Answer?
Richmond.
Richmond is right. 2016, it was announced that her picture would succeed Andrew Jackson's on the $20 Latin.
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman is right, and it happened in April. 1598, Francis Henry IV signed this edict giving rights to Huguenots. Sidwell.
Edict of Nantes.
You're right. 1961, this Russian cosmonaut became the first person. Chevy Chase.
Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah. 1942, the Bataan Death March took place in this Asian Latin. Answer?
Cambodia?
Nope, it's the Philippines. 1689, there was a joint coronation for these two British Mons. Sidwell.
William and Mary.
William and Mary is right, and that's the end of the round.
It's Academic with Hillary Howard. Now in its 57th season. And for 50 years, proudly sponsored by Giant.
Who's the best? BCC. HS. Hey, hey. Who's the best? BCC. HS.
Let's hear it for the BCC cheerleaders. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first playoff game on It's Academic. It'll be an exciting game, so let's meet the teams. We begin with Bethesda Chevy Chase. Jeff with an exclamation point. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. That's it? That's all you're going to give me with an exclamation point next to your name?
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to say?
No.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here. John, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
My name is John Wilkins, and I'm a 16-year-old junior at BCC, and outside of It's Academic, I'm active in BCC Theater.
Lovely. And Neil?
Yeah, I'm Neil Himwich. I'm a senior, and I guess I'll speak for Jeff. We both do science plots at It's Academic as well.
Very good. Here we go, guys. Trajan uses catapult. Forget the Roman emperor and see if you can find here the name of what two-faced Roman god who protected doors and gates.
Janus?
Yep, that's it. Muon detector, clarifier, spectroscope. A mysterious empty space in the Grand Pyramid at Giza was recently discovered by scientists using which of these devices that detect particles from outer space?
Muon detector?
You're right. A dirigible is a type of airship, and to spell it correctly, you should put what letter in the blank space?
I?
I is right. Great Wall of China, Wall of Jericho, Berlin Wall. You don't have to be Humpty Dumpty to gain 20 points by rearranging these walls in chronological order according to the years when they were built.
The Wall of Jericho, then the Great Wall of China, then the Berlin Wall.
That's it. The water is the same on both sides of the boat. You won't get a sinking feeling if you identify this proverb as being from what Scandinavian country whose capital is Oslo?
Norway?
Norway is right. Nice. BCC with 220 points. From Washington, D.C., Sidwell Friends. Nate, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Nate Freistadt. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank Quinn, our alternate, for coming out to support us.
Wonderful. It's good to see you, Nate. Raul, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm Rahul Gupta. I'm an 18-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank our faculty advisor, Ms. Praman, for helping us practice.
Very good. And Peter?
Hello, I'm Peter. I'm an 18-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank all our friends and family, and even better signs this time.
I like them with all the pictures. That's cool. All right, guys. Trap a chess piece. Hidden here is the name of what Native American tribe whose leaders have included Cochise and Geronimo?
Apache?
Yes. Democritus, Hippocrates, Herodotus. When a doctor swears to uphold his profession, he swears an oath linked to what Greek physician known as the father of medicine?
Hippocrates.
Yeah. You'll be exhilarated if you can spell this word, exhilarated, correctly by placing what letter in the blank space?
H.
Yes. Hiroshima is bombed, Challenger explodes, Lusitania is sunk. Here you see 3 unhappy events. Please arrange them in chronological order, beginning with the earliest.
3, 1, 2.
Correct. The voice of the turtle dove is heard in our land. This description of spring comes from the song of what wise biblical king, the son of David?
Solomon.
Solomon's it. Sidwell Friends, 220 points. Also from D.C., the Washington Latin Public Charter School. Oliver, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm Oliver Stevens. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore, and I'd like to thank our jovial alternates, Thomas Coulon and Harry Hirsch.
I like jovial. Eric, how are you?
Hi, I'm Eric Wright. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank our amazing coach, Ryan Benjamin.
Very good. And Jasper?
Hi, I'm Jasper Ferncrombie. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank all the friends and family who came out to support us today.
All right, gentlemen. Fancy Prussian blue. Study this colorful phrase, and you can find the name of what Mediterranean island country where Nicosia is capital?
Cyprus.
Yes. Kinshasa, Kabul, Kathmandu. Which of these cities is located in Africa and is the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Kinshasa.
Yes. To correctly spell the word miscellaneous, you must put what letter in the blank space?
E.
E it is. Admiral George Dewey, General George McClellan, General George Patton. These 3 military Georges came to fame in different wars. Please arrange them in chronological order.
1, 2, 3.
No, it's 2, 1, 3, McClellan, Dewey, Patton. The Big Whack. This scientific theory says Earth was hit billions of years ago by a huge object, gouging out enough debris to create what natural Earth satellite 240,000 miles away?
The moon?
The moon it is. Washington Latin Public Charter, 180 points, 200 rather. That's the end of the round. We'll be right back.
Here at Giant, we're rethinking our store brand products. One by one, we're eliminating the things you don't want, like high fructose corn syrup, and reducing things like sugar and salt. And every item is customer approved before we call it done. The products you love, now even better. Only at Giant.
Shingles? It was a weird winter. Enough's enough.
Seriously, it was hot, it was cold, it was wet, it was dry. I'm springing more leaks than the government.
I'm so damp. Mold and mildew are my new BFFs. Look at all the trouble that's popping up now.
Oh, looks like we got a protest.
Are you shingling me?
Got new problems popping up on your roof? Call Long Roofing and get a new one from just $99 a month.
We build trust and peace of mind into every Long Roofing
Time
roof.
to go! Time to go! Holy shingles!
Afternoons are better together on NBC4. Steve at 2.
I'm moving the show to Hollywood.
Ellen at 3.
I want my milkshake to bring you to the yard.
And News 4 at 4.
Working for you, weekdays.
Today starting at 2 on NBC4.
Welcome back. Today's contestants will receive tickets to Shakespeare Theatre Company's production of Camelot. This Broadway musical by Lerner and Lowe is the story of King Arthur, Guinevere, and Lancelot. It begins May 22nd and runs through June at Sydney Harmon Hall. And while they're at the theater, please visit our Facebook page and like us. Time for the Picture Perfect round. Questions are worth 20 points, up or down. Here we go. In this painting, a huge fire is destroying the building housing what British legislative body, which includes Friends?
Parliament.
Yes. This is the music for a Chopin waltz, whose title indicates that it should be played in what? BCC.
Minute.
Yeah. This painting depicts the death of what friends?
Ophelia.
Ophelia is right. Please give the value, BCC. Answer?
256.
Yeah, that's it. This is the flag of the Azores, a chain of islands which since 1430 have belonged to what? Sidwell.
Portugal.
Correct. Many historians believe what woman pictured here was unjustly executed as a spy by the French. Sidwell.
Mata Hari.
Correct choice. Is this compound dinitrogen trioxide, nitroglycerin, or nitrogen dioxide? BCC.
Dinitrogen trioxide.
Yes. Spain's royal family makes use of this palace, built by the Spanish branch of what royal dynasty? Sidwell.
Habsburgs.
No, Bourbon with a whiskey sounding like name, but good job. That's the end of the picture perfect round. We'll be right back.
The more you see,
Look at that.
How good is that?
the more you do,
I truly am inspired.
the more you know. Weekends on NBC.
Due to coverage of Barclays Premier League, the More You Know lineup can be seen at the following times.
Here at Giant, we're rethinking our store brand products. One by one, we're eliminating the things you don't want, like high fructose corn syrup, and reducing things like sugar and salt. And every item is customer approved before we call it done. The products you love, now even better. Only at Giant.
Every project we do at Cabinet Discounters is custom designed to satisfy your needs, desires, and your budget. So whichever line of cabinetry you choose, Cabinet Discounters will create a kitchen or bath that is uniquely yours. And we can customize any room in your house. Wet bars, hutches, offices, and more. Check out the photo gallery on our website, CabinetDiscounters.com, and call for a free consultation with an experienced designer.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
To honor the memory of its academics creator, we're presenting the 2018 Sophie Altman Coach of the Year Award. Established by Giant Food, the award is a tribute to all its academic coaches. To learn how to nominate your coach, check out our website, itsacademicquizshow.com. This is the first playoff game, so obviously these teams are good. Let's meet the coaches and faculty that prepare them for competition. We begin with Bethesda Chevy Chase. John?
So this is our coach, Mr. Jacobs, who is also a physics teacher at BCC. And this is our principal, Dr. Jones. And we would like to take a second to remember our former coach, Mr. Biedron, who passed away in December, who coached BCC for 31 years and led us to 6 championships.
Yeah, obviously he had a very strong presence here on It's Academic, and on behalf of the producers and the crew, we extend our heartfelt condolences. Thanks so much. From Sidwell Friends, Rahul, who's with you today?
To my right is our principal, Mr. Gay, and to my left is our faculty advisor, Miss Permond.
Good to see you guys. Well, and from Washington Latin Public Charter, Eric, who's with you?
Behind me is our coach, Ryan Benjamin.
All right, Ryan Benjamin. Good to see you. All right, it's that time, the packet round. BCC is going to answer questions first from one of these fine packets, and Sidwell Friends will choose which packet it will be.
We'll give him 2.
Give them 2. All right. Sounds good. There are 8 questions. If you get them all right, yeah, 25-point bonus. Since 1872, there has been an increase of about 11 minutes in the average time between eruptions of what famous geyser in Yellowstone National Park?
Old Faithful?
Yep, it's Old Faithful. The swivel chair was invented by what man who turned government policy around as our 3rd president?
Thomas Jefferson?
Yes. Although to the Chinese it can symbolize greed or trickery, what large insect is described as praying because of the position of its forelegs?
The praying mantis?
The praying mantis, yes. Here's your science question. Which of these terms refers to an impure mixture of hydrocarbons that can be used to pave roads?
Number 2.
That's it, bitumen. Captain Jacques Cousteau once led a group in search of what legendary lost continent said by the ancients to have sunk into the ocean?
Atlantis?
Yeah. In an Oscar Wilde novel, what handsome young man keeps his youthful appearance while the gradual deterioration of his portrait reveals his inner depravity?
Dorian Gray?
It is Dorian Gray. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
3.
3 is right. No city could contain half the population of the U.S., but nearly half the citizens of Uruguay do live in what city that is Uruguay's capital?
Montevideo?
25-point bonus for Bethesda Chevy Chase. Well done. Sidwell Friends, your turn. Latin, what will it be? Packet 1 or 3?
3.
3. Ooh, that one didn't come out so easily. The first person counted in the 2010 census was Clifton Jackson, who lives above the Arctic Circle in what U.S. state?
Alaska.
Yes. In 1822, a man named Denmark Vesey led an unsuccessful slave revolt in what South Carolina city that later witnessed the shelling at Fort Sumter?
Charleston.
Yeah. In Roman numerals, the number 1000 is represented by what 13th letter of the English alphabet?
M.
N is it. Here's your science question. Which of these elements is used in the control rods of nuclear reactors because of its high absorption of neutrons?
Sodium?
Nope, it's cadmium. Nikolai Gogol's novel Dead Souls concerns what S initial class of Russian peasants who lived in slave-like conditions till 1861?
Serfs.
Serfs is it. A can of pesticide would be a most unwelcome present for the protagonist of what Franz Kafka story about a man who finds himself changed into a giant insect?
The Metamorphosis.
You're right. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer. Answer?
32.
Yep, that's it. Your flag is a strip of sky is the first line of the national anthem of what Central American country whose blue and white flag flies over the capital, Tegucigalpa?
Nicaragua.
Nope, it's Honduras. But nice job, Sidwell. 400 points. We've got packet number 1 for Washington Latin. If you were to visit the cities of Johannesburg and Pretoria, you'd be in what country that was home to Nelson Mandela?
South Africa?
Yeah. If you love a parade, you'll usually find one on March 17th, honoring what saint renowned for converting the Irish to Christianity?
St. Patrick?
It is. What word applied to the Hessians in the Revolutionary War indicates that they fought only for money?
Mercenaries?
Yeah. Here's your science question. Which of these terms refers to the process whereby young animals learn to recognize both their mothers and others of their own species?
Imprinting?
You're correct again. Were she around today, what classical goddess might promote natural grains because she was the goddess of grains?
Ceres?
Yes. Henry James dismissed as worse than provincial. What fellow American author content to ponder the world from Walden Pond?
Thoreau?
It is Thoreau. Here's your math question. What is the next number in this sequence?
25?
It is 25, yes. Island of Gold was the ancient name for Sumatra, one of the islands making up what Southeast Asian country where Jakarta is capital?
Indonesia?
25-point bonus for Washington Latin. We'll be back with the grab bag in just a minute. Every
project we do at Cabinet Discounters is custom designed to satisfy your needs, desires, and your budget. So whichever line of cabinetry you choose, Cabinet Discounters will create a kitchen or bath that is uniquely yours. And we can customize any room in your house. Wet bars, hutches, offices, and more. Check out the photo gallery on our website, CabinetDiscounters.com, and call for a free consultation with an experienced designer.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
Pro tip for fruit lovers, Giant has unbelievable produce prices. So you'll never have to choose between your favorites.
I thought I was your favorite.
That's right, honey. Bye.
Take a fresh look at Giant's produce prices. From delicious recipes to fresh time savers, Savory Magazine is full of the things that make life savory. Flip or click through today with copies in store and online.
To the rest of the country.
This is our nation's capital.
But we, the people who live here, just call it home.
To us, this is our Supreme Court.
And these are our founding fathers.
We, the people of News 4,
understand what makes this place home.
That's why you've made News 4 your home.
So thank you for trusting us to pursue facts, keep you safe,
Look out for your family,
and covering the stories that really hit home.
We are the people of News 4.
We're working for you.
Pump it up, CC. Keep it going, keep it going. What else, what else? The best, PCCHS. Let's go, man!
Time for the grab bag round. Anything can happen. Let's recap the scores, though, before we dive in. Bethesda Chevy Chase, 465. Sidwell Friends, 400. And Washington Latin Public Charter, 385 points. Questions are worth 20 points up or down, 30 points for the visual questions. Let's begin. Shortly after the Civil War, tourists first used the famous boardwalk at what New Jersey resort city? Whose BCC?
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City it is. When Hitler forced Lithuania to give up the port of Memel, he gained a strategic base on what sea? North Latin.
Baltic?
Baltic is right. According to his World War I slogan, Woodrow Wilson wanted to make the world safe for what type of? Sidwell?
Democracy.
You've got it. On your screens for 30 points. Georges de la Tour, the artist who painted this picture, was a favorite of what French cardinal, the chief minister of Louis? Latin.
Rochelle or something?
Answer?
Richelieu?
Guys? All right, we'll take it. Richelieu, you're right. A fashion designer is planning to make clothing from plastic bottles used during the water pollution crisis in what Michigan city? BCC?
Flint.
Yeah, it was Flint. The last novel in the Hunger Games trilogy is what book? BCC?
No, it's
Mockingjay.
Mockingjay is right. What number constitutional amendment forbids a poll tax in elections? BCC?
No.
Answer?
24th.
Yep, that's it. On your screens for 30 points. Where's the money? Might have been a text from what Shakespeare character who demanded a pound of flesh in? Sidwell?
Shylock.
That is correct. When it comes to hearing, frequency range limits of 20,000 cycles per second are common to both humans and what only native North American marsupial? Sidwell?
Possums.
That's it, it's the possum. Two non-congruent circles that intersect at more than one point have how many common tangents? BCC?
2.
2 is right. There are no national holidays in March, but in March of 1933, President Roosevelt declared what so-called holiday to ease pressure on? Sidwell?
Bank holiday.
You've got it. On your screens for 30 points. This is what isolated Pacific island where Fletcher Christian and the rest of Latin?
Tahiti?
No, Pitcairn and the rest of the Bounty crew settled after the mutiny. Firmly believing that the state could not annul a federal statute, Andrew Jackson condemned the nullification laws of what southern? Sidwell?
South Carolina.
Yes. Choice. The visual receptors used primarily for night vision are rods, BCC?
Cones.
No, it's rods. While the ostrich is the largest living bird, the second largest is what flightless Australian? Sidwell?
Emu.
Emu is right. Union General William Sherman had as his middle name the name of what? Sidwell.
Tecumseh.
Tecumseh is it, and that's the end of the game.
When Mom passed, I inherited all her jewelry. Our family attorney recommended Tyson's Watch and Jewelry Exchange. The staff was so professional. I'm using the money for my son's tuition. Mom would definitely approve. Discover Tyson's Watch and Jewelry Exchange.
Pro tip for fruit lovers, Giant has unbelievable produce prices. So you'll never have to choose between your favorites.
I thought I was your favorite.
That's right, honey. Bye.
Take a fresh look at Giant's produce prices. From delicious recipes to fresh time savers, Savory Magazine is full of the things that make life savory. Flip or click through today with copies in-store and online.
Shingles, it was a weird winter. Enough's enough.
Seriously, it was hot, it was cold, it was wet, it was dry. I'm springing more leaks than the government.
I'm so damp. Mold and mildew are my new BFFs. Look at all the trouble that's popping up now.
Oh.
Looks like we got a protest.
Are you shingling me?
Got new problems popping up on your roof? Call Long Roofing and get a new one from just $99 a month.
We build trust and peace of mind into every long roofing
Time
roof.
to go! Time to go! Holy shingles!
Audi Presence can help prepare for, and in some cases help prevent collisions faster than, well, you. Progress is amplifying your instincts. Audi Presence, found in the Audi A4. Get an exceptional offer at your local Audi dealer.
When Mom passed, I inherited all her jewelry. Our family attorney recommended Tyson's Watch and Jewelry Exchange. The staff was so professional. I'm using the money for my son's tuition. Mom would definitely approve. Discover Tyson's Watch and Jewelry Exchange.
Now, it's an extremely competitive and exciting game with formidable teams. We begin with Washington Latin Public Charter School here in D.C. Jasper, Eric, and Oliver, 405 points. Bethesda Chevy Chase, Neil, John, and Jeff with 545 points. Great job, guys. Then taking the game on the buzzer, Sidwell Friends, Peter, Rahul, and Nate, 550 points coming back for a semifinal. It's really impressive to see teams like you guys. Next week, we're going to have another playoff game, St. Anselm's, Langley, and Centerville. Until then, I'm Hillary Howard. Thanks so much for being with us. Come on down, everyone.
Go ahead, throw your rocks at me.